Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video let's do the unboxing and have a first look at the Samsung Galaxy M30. The one that we have is having that 4GB of RAM, and the price quoted here is 16,490, but that's not correct. The pricing is actually 14,990. The 6GB RAM variant actually comes with 128GB of storage. As you can see, this comes with 64GB of storage, and this has that triple camera setup, and this one actually has a Super AMOLED screen, and that's still 5000 mAh battery, and in fact it has the same Exynos 7904 SoC that was found on the Galaxy M30. So you got to just slide it like this, and this comes out, and looks like some paperwork and stuff. And even in this M30 we don't have any case, so just some paperwork and stuff. They should have actually given a case, but yeah, that's what it is. And this is the handset itself, and this is also that blue color variant. We'll come back to the device later. And as you can see, the SIM tray is over here, and this is also actually having a USB Type-C port, guys, as you can see. So that's actually a nice thing. And the charger is also supposed to be a fast charger, that is 9 volts at 1.67 amps. This is actually the same charger that Samsung gives even on the Galaxy S10, S10 Plus. So 15-watt fast charger, that's what you're getting in the box. So that's what we get. So let me keep these things to the side. So guys, this is the device itself, and as you can see, again, it's the same polycarbonate kind of back that we are having, that we've seen on the M20, but the color is a little bit different. That's what I've noticed. It has that gradient look. On the top it's more bluish, and on the bottom it's black, so it has that gradient color. Let me give you a physical overview first. On the top we have a secondary noise cancellation microphone, and volume rockers here, power on off button. Bottom we have the vent for the speaker, USB Type-C port, main microphone, 3.5mm headphone jack, and on this end just the SIM tray. Again, this will be dual SIM, and it will also have a dedicated SD card slot, as you can see. So that's actually a nice thing. But let's try to boot it up, and by the time it actually boots up and I set it up, let me give you a configuration overview. The Samsung Galaxy M30 is having a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED Full HD Plus screen in the 19:9 aspect ratio. It's powered by the Exynos 7904 octa-core processor. It has the Mali G71 GPU. It comes in 4 or 6 GB of RAM and 64 or 128 GB of storage. Moving to the rear camera setup, it's a triple camera. The main camera is a 13 megapixel at f1.9. Then we have the second camera, that's a wide angle lens at 5 megapixel, and also the third camera is a 5 megapixel, which is a depth sensing camera. Moving to the front facing camera, it's a 16 megapixel shooter, and we also have a fingerprint scanner and a 5000 mAh battery. So guys, I've just finished setting up this device, and the first thing that strikes you is that 6.4-inch Super AMOLED screen. Yes, now it has a AMOLED screen, hence as you can see the viewing angles are also really nice, and everything actually looks really punchy on this Super AMOLED screen. And we have a bunch of Samsung apps and Google apps obviously pre-installed. So that's what it is. So it's doing some updates, as you can see, and yes, this has auto brightness sensor. If you go over here, I've just disabled it, guys, but yeah, it does have auto brightness sensor. And if you go back over here, it's still running on the Samsung old Experience UI, not One UI. But if you go to About the Phone and Software Info, as you can see, it's still running on the Android version 8.1. So hopefully Samsung pushes out the Pie update on this, but as of now it's running on Android 8.1, and that Experience UI version is 9.5. Let's also look at the storage. How much do we get on this one? Let's go to device and storage. This is the 4GB RAM variant, so it comes with 64GB, and out of that 64GB you get 49.8GB of space available for you. Again, do note that if you opt for the 6GB RAM variant, that will have 128GB of storage, but I think the storage should not be a problem because it has that dedicated micro SD card slot. And again, I have to say, nice to see that they have put a Super AMOLED screen. It just looks actually really good. So now another thing that Samsung has changed on this one compared to the M20 is that camera setup. Now it has the triple camera setup, and also the fingerprint scanner is here. So let's check that first. And as you can see, it unlocks. I'm trying to the camera, and let me show you. So it unlocks, but there is that half a second delay, as you can see on this one, but seems to be slightly faster than the M20. I don't know, but yeah, that's what it is. The fingerprint. Also, you can enable face unlocking if you want. I haven't done that. But now let's also quickly look at the camera on this one. And as you can see, location tagging. I'm just going to hit cancel. So this is the default camera app that you're getting. This is the same thing that we saw even the M20. So that's not a difference. And this is the wide angle lens. So as you can see. So no shutter lag or whatever whatsoever, and you can just click this one also and take it in the full screen ratio, and this is actually pretty cool in this wide angle lens, as you can see. So we have that option also on this one. And let's go back. Let's just go back to the normal mode. This is the normal mode. And let's also look at the front facing camera. It's supposed to be 16 megapixel, it says. Detected my face, and looks like some smart beauty is there. So the beauty mode and stuff is enabled on this one. I have removed it. I just don't like it, but it is there if you want. So as you can see, it's detecting my face, and we also have that bokeh live focus mode even for the front facing camera. As you can see, obviously we'll also have that mode live focus, as you can see, for the rear facing camera, and that 5 megapixel depth camera will be using that. Again, it obviously works better on human subjects. So let me do one thing, guys. Let me actually take some sample shots with this one so that you have a better idea. So these samples were shot with the Samsung Galaxy M30's rear facing camera, and this was the regular shot. This was that wide angle lens, and again this was the regular shot, and this was again that wide angle lens. I also took some close-up shots to see how it does, and as you can see, for the most part it is doing actually a pretty good job even with close-up shots, and even when we zoom in we have quite a bit of detail. Nevertheless, close-up macro shots will come out good with this device. And again, in terms of even color reproduction, as you can see, it was doing a good job. And I really like this wide angle lens for buildings and stuff. It gives a very different perspective. So it's a nice addition to have it on your smartphone, as you can see with this sample shot. Now moving to human subject, this was a regular shot. This was that wide angle lens, and this was that portrait bokeh mode. And you can adjust the amount of background blur that you want. And as you can see, I have changed that. So this, you get that different effect. Again, this was the normal shot. This was that wide angle shot, and this was that portrait bokeh mode. And I zoomed in and noticed the skin tones, etc., are produced very well in that portrait mode. Now moving to shots taken in artificial lighting, this was regular, this was that wide angle shot, and this was that portrait mode shot. And again, one more regular shot, this was that wide angle lens, and again this was that portrait mode in artificial lighting. Moving to the front facing camera, I feel the 16 megapixel front facing camera is actually doing a very good job, as you can see from these samples. And we also have that portrait bokeh mode even with the front facing camera, and here also I feel it actually did a much better job compared to the Samsung Galaxy M20, and this was in artificial lighting conditions with the front facing camera. So guys, that's it for now for the unboxing and first look at the Samsung Galaxy M30 smartphone. And I definitely feel that in terms of display, it has that AMOLED screen, so it has that edge, and even in terms of camera performance, I feel it did actually a really good job. Definitely you saw that portrait shots were much better, and I feel the camera performance is much better than the M20 smartphone. And I also really like the fact that they still retain that 5000 milliamp hour battery with this one. So anyways, what do you guys think about this Samsung Galaxy M30? Do let me know in the comment section below. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.